So I missed actually a couple of shady streams. And today I almost missed another one playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's beside the point. So I hop on to stream and I see he's playing Testament. I'm like, oh wow, I missed Testament, so oh my god. So I'm super excited. And I go up to him and like, yo bro, how is Testament? You liking the character? He's like, boring. Like, what? So why? Like, why don't you like? Why are they boring? He's like, well, you do Fireball and you do Crow, and that's basically it. There's no meat there. Like, okay, I guess. That sounds a little bit weird. So I'm like, well, have you played against Sky? Because that's like one of the most fun matchups in the game for me. Like, playing Testament against Sky is like playing chess. It's so fucking fun, it's ridiculous. It's like, it's a nightmare, it's hell. He does Fireball and you lose. Like, I don't get it. All your projectiles are gone. Like, it sucks. I don't know how any Testament player would like to play that matchup. Like, okay, Jesus Christ, there's something wrong here. So I don't know, he either doesn't understand Testament, which I doubt, but it could be the case, or there's something about the Testament that just doesn't click with him. And I'm heartbroken by the situation, because Testament is right now one of my favorite characters in the game, and I love him to death. And because I love him to death, I'm going to make not a guide, well, it is kind of like a buyer's guide, I don't know. I'm going to be explaining to you what Testament does, why you play him, and what you should be aware of if you want to pick them up. Because Shady didn't like them when he picked them up, and I didn't like them when I picked them up way back in season 1 too. But right now in season 2, like, they're one of my favorite characters. I love playing this character. So what should you know about Testament? Well, the first thing that you need to understand about Testament, actually, yeah, let's talk about what's great about Testament. What's great about Testament is buttons. You can play footsies from anywhere on screen you want. It's like insane. You have high wall mix from full screen, bro? You have high wall mix from full screen, bro? Testament is awesome. The other reason that you like them is like this. You have teleport, you have movement. You have movement like never before. And that's really cool about Testament. And if you're interested in these things, consider trying them out. But if you're going to try them out, here I need to break some things down for you. First of all, people classify Testament as a zoner. That's not true. Testament is a mid-range space control character, in my opinion. That's what Testament does. He doesn't zone, he plays from mid-range and controls space. And the other thing that you need to understand is that Testament is pretty trash, and I'm going to talk to you about why. So from this range over here in this position, Testament is the worst character in the game. Because off of this button I don't get anything. This doesn't combo. This doesn't combo. This doesn't combo. 5H doesn't combo. Even my only Gatling... my only Gatlings here don't combo off of Far Slash. I have to be closer. And I get this. This is my reward for hitting them with something. This is my reward for hitting them with something. This is a great reward, but this is my reward for hitting them with something. This is my reward for landing Arbiter. So obviously Testament is not great. And you know, up close, there you go. That's the combo. That's the combo. This is the combo. And this is the combo. So Testament has really low reward. Really low reward. They're basically ass. So you press any button, wherever on screen, you do no damage. It's horrible. You're not getting combos, you're not getting setups. That. So how the fuck do you play this character? This shit seems unbearable, this character is bad. Now this all turns around when you get a little something called Stain. And how do you get Stain, you ask? You hit them with the Crow. And once you get Stain, Testament becomes from one of the worst characters in the game to one of the best characters in the game, because now every single hit you do anywhere on screen combos for massive damage or setup, which whoops into more Stain. And Suddenly Testament from having no damage and bad combos turns into this monstrosity. And you're stained. Anywhere on screen, the damage for getting hit by Arbiter Sign. That's 1/3 of your health gone for getting hit by a high wall mix from full screen. Any hit, a 5p, converts into a full combo. Into more stain. And that was a bad combo, let me do a good combo. There we go. So Testament really quickly becomes from really bad to really good if you land Stain. How do you land Stain though? That's a problem. Well, if I set the dummy to guard here, guard, we can break that down. So the whole goal is to get Grave Reaper out and get Succubi. So Succubi, you see the little card there with the Succubus there. Once you have a Succubus out, now Crow aims for it. And not only does it aim for it, it also extends its range because this shouldn't hit from there. Do you see how they grab each other and dash forward? The Succubi have extended reach. So you can hit with Crow from anywhere on screen. And this starts creating mind games. Because, you know, if they see this, they don't want to get hit by the Succubi, so they're going to jump. But if they start jumping to avoid the Succubi, let me... It will make it easier if I set them to counter attack settings, jumping. Can I just make them jump? There we go. So if I set Kai here to jump, let me demonstrate. There is a mind game here. And there is even more of a mind game here because this is also an option. So your opponent has to think about how they're playing around Succubi. Because Succubi allows you to threaten them in many ways. Not only do they now have to care about Crow, but they also have to care about the ability for you to change your position on the screen. And this is very useful in, for example, the corner, where if I have a Succubi out, now at any moment I can just side switch. Even better yet, if I throw it up, now my opponent here has to, do I cover the Succubi? Do I go for Testament? Where do I stand? What do I do? Because from this position, like, they can like cover both me and the Succubi. But I can kind of just, in this position, like run forward, or even better, like I can arbiter. Alright? So, Testament is really good at forcing your opponent, you know, make tough decisions. If they're trying here to stay up here, you know, don't let me teleport, Testament is just going to run under you, create trouble. If you try to run in on Testament, Testament is going to teleport and they're going to be out. And you have to guess and you have to make tough decisions. But this doesn't just apply to Succubi, because Fireball is not a zoning tool. All that Kai has to do here, can run block and there you go, like it's no more. Or even better yet, Kai can Fireball and he's fine. This is not a big threat. What it does though, it takes up space. Because look at the Fireball as it travels slowly on the ground. It covers all the space on the ground. Kai cannot go there. If he goes to there, he's going to have to block it. And then I'm going to be doing the arbiter, I'm going to start swinging and he's going to be stuck in boxstone. So Kai doesn't want to go where the Fireball is because it leaves me kind of advantageous. But if I walk behind the Fireball, he also cannot challenge me, because what can he do? I'm behind the Fireball. If he swings, he's going to get hit by it, and I'm going to hit him back, and it's going to be bad for him. So he might decide to take up to the skies, where he's safe from the Fireball. But if he takes up to the skies, then over here behind the Fireball I can just 6p, Crow, and we start over. And if he decides to jump, I can cover both the air and the ground at the same time, like this. Right? So Testament is good at taking up space. In this case on the ground, in this case in the air, in this case both the air and the ground. and in this case, both the air and the ground. And you're kind of making decisions on what space do I need to control, where is my opponent going to be, or where do I want them to be, because Axel wants to predict where the opponent will be and hit them. Testament wants to make the opponent go somewhere where they have the advantage. That's the difference here. Testament isn't zoning them. Testament is making them move. And if they sit still and just they take row all day and they do nothing, and like, you know, they're just sitting there and you're whooping this, and that's cool. But you don't want them to be sitting on the ground because, you know, you have godlike 6P and JD, you have Crow that flies up, stuff like that. You don't want them to be sitting on the ground. So you're going to start doing Arbitrage. So like, hold this high wall mix from full screen, bro. Hold this high wall mix from full screen. And because I don't want to hold that high wall mix from full screen, because it's very rewarding for Testament, they're going to start to move again. And when they start to move, that's when they open themselves up to getting space controlled. Because now they're moving, I can effectively cover the ground, and I can effectively cover the air, and I can be in positions where they don't want to be in. And if I set them to... I mean, I actually showed you exactly that interaction, right? If I set them back to jump, like the sheer threat of this thing closing in and getting arbitered here is a thing that makes them want to jump, want to stay clear, to avoid the crow and stuff like that. And because they are uncomfortable from the space you control, they move to places where you want them to be and where you get your reward and where you get your state. And boy oh boy, when you have stay in Testament, is a ridiculously strong character. The other thing the Testament is really good at is building meter for Linux, and I'm going to show you why. So if we go to gauge settings, normal, let's put it to 0. Are you blocking? You're jumping. So if you put them here real quick, I'm going to show you. So I'm going to just apply stain, like this, arbiter. Then apply stain again, arbiter. Do you see how much meter are built? That's because Crow, when it hits, the stain pop actually gives you a shit ton of meter. And so I can just for free like kind of keep them here, you know, prevent them from moving forward if they don't jump and they don't commit. And I'm just passively building meter here, controlling the space, right? I'm passively controlling space, and I'm building meter. And when you build meter, Testament, usually, something that I saw Shady do, and I don't like it, I'm going to say right now. Shady spent meter on extensions, and that's fine, but I think that Testament really shines at saving meter for important situations, specifically because just Poland, I cannot speak, it's late at night, don't mind me. Where are the gauge settings? First of all, you want to IRC because you have the war super in the game. It's super slow, it's weak to save jumps, it's if they do a pit button they can block it on reaction, it's not good. Even if they meet you, right? So you're going to be saving meter for IRC and getting away with like movement like this, stuff like that. And you're going to be saving meter for this Nostrovia, which is an excellent super because first it applies stain, on hit it gives you a combo and a wall break usually, on walk it gives you mix up with stain or pressure with stain, which is excellent. And when Testament starts pressuring you, Testament pressures you very safely. So you'll be saving meter for that, and literally any straight hit right now, if I do Nostrovia, it doesn't matter if you don't get combo because I get set up. And let me show you what pressure Testament looks like really quickly. If I put them to the corner. If Testament gets you into this position, this is what the game looks like. And I missed my crow. Did you see the chip damage? Alright, and then you have to hold the mix, and then we repeat, and then call, and then we repeat again. Right, and this is really cool. I kinda messed it up. Ah, fuck. I'm doing it too late. Testament is really good at making pressure safe. So the entirety of Testament's game plan is not to zone them out, but to control the space and slowly push them towards the corner. Get a single big hit in like this. And there you go, and now suddenly you're in the corner and they have stayed, you're the best character in the game. So if you can live past being the worst character in the game and having no conversions, having the worst super in the game, having low return and low damage, and these finicky buttons sometimes do weird stuff, though 2K and 6PL godlike. You have access to a character that controls space, that effectively pokes extremely well, has risk reward in their favor the entire time, and always rewards, you know, careful and well-made decisions and reads, and kinda is really good at adapting, being versatile and forcing the opponent to play the game that you want. And that's basically it. So if you can look past the downsides of playing Testament, which is having to do all the setup, being worthless at the beginning, having, you know, a really bad neutral at the start, having, well, bad neutral is not, having low return and bad conversions, having shitty defense, because you lack a few options that other characters have, though once again 2Ks go right. Then you can enjoy the absolute greatness that is Crow and Stain. Such a fun mechanic. You can enjoy building meter from full screen and forcing the opponent to play the game that you want them to play. Forcing them to move to positions where you want them to move. And basically being the big old master of puppets. Good reference. To be the master of puppets, you know, and just control the flow of the match and have a great time. And because Testament, like, I play more of a like mid-range safe type Testament, but you can be fucking in all the time with Testament. You can be here doing shit like this. Alright. So you can be in and you can be having the time of your life, or you can be up here playing safe. If it appeals to you the idea to mind game your opponent from over here, from full screen, because you have weird movement options and you're controlling the space in front of you and you're threatening stuff from everywhere, and it's a really fun thing. There isn't a character like Testament, I don't think. I haven't played a game where there is a character like Testament. Like this really weird hybrid thing, that setup that's a little bit zoning but more like space control, but good neutral, but weak state and super strong state, and kinda has tool for every situation, has good movement and good mind games. Well, they're very unique, they're very special, and I hope this has cleared up some things for you. And I welcome you to the Testament world. If you think this character is for you, please try them out. Don't be discouraged, they can be really punishing and really hard. But as soon as you kind of start to understand how the general game plan goes and the gameplay flows with this character, I promise you'll be having a super great time. If any of the things that I mentioned about movement, about space control, about manipulating your opponent, if those things sound appealing to you, Testament will be one of the best characters you've ever touched in a fighting game. You're going to be having so much fun. As long as you can close your eyes over the problems that I mentioned, the initial hurdle that is to get past, you know, that basic things that you need to do and learn and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you pick up Testament, hope you don't struggle as much as I did and as much as Shady is doing right now with Testament, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.